key one's about getting serious about growing your business beyond being behind the chair. So first you need to get clear about your why. What is your purpose? And are you ready for change? What is your end goal? And what do you really want at the end of this? Is it more time with your family? Is it more money? Is it that you're just exhausted and you want some more time to yourself to do some other things? I want you to be aware of your mindset, and are you ready for change? Are you ready to transform your business and your life? You need to get clear on your why, and when you're clear on that, write it down so you can commit to it. So key 2 is to design and then commit to the change that you want in your life. The definition of insanity, of course, is to do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. You're going to have to make some big changes, but it's your life, so create it with intention. And it's your business, so create it how you want it to work for you. So first I want you to create your dream job. Actually write the perfect job description. What is it that you want to do in your business? And then task it out and create your perfect week. What do you want it to look like? And then commit to it by putting it in your appointment book. What will you do? How many hours are you going to do? How many clients will you see? And then delegate. List all the things that you won't be doing. They're important too. Make a list of all the stuff that you hate and pop it off, and we'll save it for later. Someone else will love doing that stuff, and I wanted to share a story with you when I had a staff member who I was trying to teach how to do stock take. And I noticed while I was training her how to do it, very precise details, that I was apologising for all this awful work that she had to do, because I hated that kind of thing. It was repetitive, it was really detailed, and they're just not strengths of mine. And at the end, after I passed her this painstaking job, she looked at me and said, "Thank you so much for letting me do this. I just love doing this kind of work, and I'm so grateful that you trust me with this job." And of course I was completely taken aback, because here I was passing off her a job that I absolutely hated and apologising, yet she just was desperate to do it. So remember, the things that you hate, other people love, and you need them on your team. And now I want you to book a CEO date for you to make all of this happen. Write it down, get it in your appointment book, because if you can see it and it's booked, it will happen. Now make it far enough away that you can put steps in place to achieve it, but close enough to scare you just a little bit. Key 3 is let your finances set you free. Now, you didn't go into business to earn less than you can or that you would working for somebody else. So let's think about the income that you really want and that you really desire for yourself. And there's no reason you should settle for anything less. So key 3 starts with you, and you must pay yourself first. So I want you to write down your dream goal income-wise on paper. So make sure it's a SMART goal. SMART goals need to be specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. Now you can plan your company sales that are required to satisfy your personal income goal. So what I did is I set out a 5-year plan, and I set it out on a spreadsheet. And my goal was to have a personal income of $300,000 a year. And so I set that out at the 5-year plan. And that meant that I needed an income of $2 million a year. And so I knew what my goals were and what year I wanted to achieve that. And then I worked back for each subsequent year what income and what revenue would I need to grow in each year of those 5 years. Now, when I got to the end of those 5 years, it actually took me 7 years, and I had a close to $2 million turnover, and my personal income was only $250,000, but I was pretty happy with that. So what I want you to do now is go and write down 3 things that you can do today that will start you on your journey to your own financial goals. Key 4 is to chart and delegate. So now it's time to think, who do you need on your team to make this happen? Think about how your company chart would look. Who would be on your team, and who do you need, and what roles do they play? Who do you need on your team to replace you? Remember those things that you don't like and that you can't do or don't want to do? I want you to draft their job descriptions. Now, free yourself and delegate some tasks and include people that are outside of your business, like mentors or accountants. Who is it that you need on your team to achieve your goals? Most important, you need to celebrate and communicate. So communicate with your team what's in it for them. It is something that's worth celebrating, what your goals are, and remember with them, what's in it for me. So if your team hears you talk about your goals and your aspirations, yeah, they care a little bit, but what they care mostly about is what's in it for them. If you're going to take this business somewhere, where do they fit into that? And what does that mean for them? And that's what's most important for them. And if you can do that, and if that means promotions and create a career journey for them, then they're going to get right behind you. And you need to celebrate with your clients. Now, I know it's really hard to pass on some of your clients because you love them dearly and you've had a long relationship with them. I know that. But think really deeply about a beautiful Passover process and how you can pass on some of those clients, and probably the ones you didn't like anyway. Key 5 is to automate and systemize. It's 2016 and it's a really exciting time to be in business. Technology is being developed at a fierce rate. So I suggest you utilise what's available to you. Get back at some of your personal time by automating and using technology. Systemise the processes that your people do. In the end, it's best for consistency for your customers. So step 1 is to create a "this is how we do it here" operational guide for your team, so they can be consistent and look after your customers without you. So I had one of these guides and we held it at reception, and it just sat under the left-hand side of the reception desk, and it had everything in there that was really important. And the way I thought about it is, if I walk out of this door right now, will my team know what to do? While I'm happy for them to call me, I don't want them to have to need to call me. And so we had everything in there, from how to do a discount at reception, what kind of vouchers we accepted and didn't accept. Could the staff have their hair done? How often could they have it done? How much did they have to pay? How could they ask for leave? Anything that they needed to know or wanted to do, they needed to have the answers there available to them. So create your "this is how we do it here" guide. Automating customer processes to free up some time. Anything that's replicatable or that you do on a regular basis needs to be automated. So some of the simple things are text message reminders, emails to your clients, and you really need to get over your fear of online booking because it's holding you back. We'll talk more about that soon. Integrate some of your accounting processes. No more data entry. There's no need to do that these days. So go and investigate integrating your software. Automate your marketing processes, and we're going to talk about that next in step 6. Key 6 is all about attracting new customers to build your business. Now, if you're going to grow your business, then you're going to need a steady stream of new customers. So the first thing I want you to do is make sure that you can be found online. Today people search Google before they ask their friends. It's the #1 place they go. So I want you to think about the relationship that your business has with Google. Can you find you? So does your website get traffic? Are there lots of people coming to find your website on a regular basis? Or have you built your website in the desert where nobody can find you? So once you've figured out how people can find you and that your website has a good relationship with Google, then we need to think about opportunities where your customers or your future customers get to know, like and trust you. And this is how they choose to be your customer. It's one thing to find you, they need to now know, like and trust you so they can choose to visit you. Social media is a huge opportunity for you to achieve this because it's a place where you can converse and let people get to know you and your brand personality. Okay, so now that they've found you online, and they've got to know you through social media, how do you convert them into a paying customer that comes into your business and sits in your styling chair? So when someone finds you online, it's really hard to get them to change from their device into picking up a phone, for example. If they see you in a magazine, the conversion rate to them to picking up the phone and dialing you is really low. And the same goes for online. If they're online, they want to communicate with you online while they're hot and while they're ready. So I challenge you to think about, are you available for your customers when they want to reach you? So I want you to write this down because it's really important. For today's environment, you need to get online booking into your business because it's the way that you'll transfer your online potential customers that are online and get them into your business and in your chair. So key 7 is your customer care program. Your customer gain and retain strategies must be stronger than your team referrals. Keep it simple and focus on building your brand. So first I want you to review your retention strategies. How do you encourage your clients to come back again and again? Do you have a referral program? When I looked at where our clients were coming from, the number one place they came from was referrals from their friends. So we started rewarding all of our clients who were referring their friends. And the way we discovered who they were is every new client that came to the salon, we asked, how did you know about us? Who sent you here? And we'd jot down their name and we would send them a thank you. Another good tip is a membership or loyalty program. It ensures retention despite any team movement. So for us, we gave points for spend, and they could spend that on services that they hadn't tried before. It was such a successful program that there was no slump ever, and in fact continual growth regardless of who left the team. So remember with them, what's in it for me. Incentivise your team to perform for you, because for them it's all about them, and so you need to tap into that. And a really great place to start is a rebooking program. Key number 8 is about growing a reputable team who can perform without you. To build a business without being centred around you, there are 4 keys that I want you to think about. A team communication program, like setting regular staff meetings, is really number 1. Once you're in a rhythm of having regular staff meetings, I want you to make sure you take notes and then send around an email after every staff meeting. Set up a private Facebook group for discussions, because when you've got variable work schedules, it's really hard for your team to communicate. Communication is key. Who is on your team is way more important than how many you have on your team. Find people that share your values and the goals that you aspire to. You're better not to take somebody on if they're not a fit. Aim for a culture that's fun but with purpose. Ask yourself, would you work for you? And if your answer is yes, you'll be enjoying great staff retention. Create a career journey for your team. Set clear sales goals and a training plan, and be their mentor and help them grow through a journey in your company. Include KPIs, one-on-one meetings, sales target but with fun, and regular PRs. So I soon learnt, for me to be successful, I needed my client time to now be my team time. And for me to be successful, I needed my team to be successful. And so that's where I put my energy and my time.